All right, this is going to be a lesson for those of you who are like me and you try to get things done at a reasonable pace, and sometimes that's way too quick. And what that looked like today for me in this project, or actually a couple of days ago, was that I needed to create this deer in wood. And so I did what I was told to do, which is create a glue up, which was a great idea. I did my glue up. It's becoming a shelf now, this other thing here, but all right, just too quick in my glue up. I didn't measure everything properly. I gave the neck a little bit too much length, the chest not enough girth, and you know with carving how difficult it is to add, right? So I couldn't add material without making it look like this, just really janky or really weird. So I don't know if that word is means something else, so forgive me. I might have used that wrong word for that, but anyway, this is just not good and I can't use it. So I counted it as a mock-up basically, right? And what I mean by that is like this, like a little clay version of a piece before you do it. This one's been dropped and beaten up, but just to give you the idea of the shape. So it's an iteration. So there's one. Sadly, this is version 2, and I went ahead and decided to just do the whole thing over again, but this time in a new improved form, all in one piece of red oak. So the good news is that I was working on this project before. It's a lighter wood. It's easier to carve in many ways, but it's actually not as well suited to the color of deer. And so the fur is a much darker and redder tone than is the wood color here. So the beauty of the red oak that I picked for this project is that it's gonna, I mean, look at the color differences are not all that dramatic. And this will darken up a little too as it ages and really nicely match the color of that deer. Of course, the deer is all covered in sawdust, so that kind of changes it. But so that's better in that regard, but it's also better because, you know, instead of having all these glue lines, my ears, everything, neck, body, head, all out of one piece. And that makes a big difference too, since when I finish it, I don't have to be trying to hide seams with paint and such. I can be very light in my painting, just kind of highlighting the certain little aspects of white and maybe darkening above the eye, stuff like that. So instead of having to paint the whole thing like this one, now I have a really great base color that's natural. I didn't have to work for. And so yeah, it's been a bunch of work that went into this one. I mean, probably, you know what, 4 or 5 days of carving went into that, and not full days. So, you know, say I put about 3 or so 4 days into that thing, but all that's kind of in preparation for the real thing. So did I plan for that? No. But am I trying to reframe my thinking about it so I don't go insane and feel like I wasted my time? Absolutely. And it's true. You know, you got to do a few versions of something before you finally get it right. So that's that. This is where I'm at, and I thought I'd just share that, you know, if things don't go your way in a carving, you know, there's a very definite quality to wood carving. That is, you cannot undo things very well. Once you take something off, it's done. It's done. You took it off. And so here's the repercussions of that fact. You know, tons of hours of work, or quite a few hours of work, totally to waste. Between gluing that all up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of basswood. No, 7 pieces of basswood block glued up to make this head and to make this bust. But yeah, and so it took some time to come up with all the meeting, the joints, the planing for all of it, the glue up. The time it took to do that was pretty considerable. And so, yeah, it sucks. I'm not happy about it. I'm really not in some ways, but then in other ways, I'm like, you know, it led to this, which I think will be a nicer product. And I have a lovely customer, so that makes things a lot more fun for me. The guy is super chill. He's really a good dude, and he's patient. He's flexible, so, you know, I can actually give this thing all I've got and not feel like I'm trying to rush to get it done for him. So that's that, guys. Just thought I'd share my woes and I guess hopefully my successes here. All right. See you guys.